Welcome back, future CPA, to the next episode of CPAguide.tv. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing Surgent CPA review course. So they're one of the newer guys to the block, and they've made a lot of big improvements to their course. And I really want to share them with you and show you exactly how they're going to help you pass the CPA exam faster than most CPA review courses. So, this is a very unique course. It will work for some of you and it might not work for others. So I really want to make sure that you fully understand what you're investing in if you decide to go with Surgent CPA review course and all the cool tips and tricks that come along with it. So let's hop behind my computer and get started. All right, so welcome to Surgent CPA Review Course's online CPA review course. So first up, of course, set up our study schedule. So the first thing you're going to do is to decide when to sit for your next exam. So let's go ahead and let's just say August 1st is going to be our next exam. We'll click next. Let's see. So which days of the week do you plan on studying? So let's go Monday, Tuesday, every day but Sunday. And then click next. Okay, so how Surgent works is you're going to start with an assessment. So you're going to be taking about 450 multiple choice questions. That's going to basically Surgent CPA review course's algorithm is going to determine which concepts you know and which concepts you don't know. So once you've completed this initial 450 multiple choice questions, then the next step is going to be to actually start doing your studying. So that includes using the textbook, watching any of the lectures that Surgent has, and so forth. And then the next step, once you've done the majority of your studying, is they'll throw in simulations. So once you've start really getting your groove with the multiple choice questions, then they'll add simulations to your studying. And then the final step, of course, is going to be your practice exam. So they're going to really hone in on testing you over everything so that you can be fully prepared on exam day. So that's the brief summary of how Surgent CPA review course works. It's completely different than any of the other CPA review courses out there, because typically they'll have you start with video lectures, reading your textbook, then go into multiple choice questions and so forth. So Surgent is very unique in this way. So let's go ahead and pull up the dashboard. Okay, so we are in the assessment in progress part right now. So as you can see, you have 450 questions left before you can access your results. And then let's see here. So let's go ahead and set up a quiz. So we'll go start. So as you can see here, they have a very basic multiple choice question set up. So you've got your calculator here that you can move around. You got your math worksheet or like a spreadsheet. You can close that. Let's see. So you can skip a question. You can mark it as guessed, or you can just go ahead and answer it. So we'll take a guess there and submit. So what I like about Surgent is that when you're going through this assessment phase, it will tell you if the question is right or wrong, and then it'll kind of give you a cheat on what the actual correct answer is. So this is where you're going to be doing a lot of your studying. So it pulls in the relevant terms related to this particular multiple choice question, and then gives you a direct reference to the textbook as well, and along with a little explanation for why the question is right or wrong. So then we can go through the next question, and then you repeat this whole process. So the assessment phase, it's going to take you a few days. So they'll give you a quiz of 45 questions, it looks like. And you'll just continue going through and answering all these questions. Okay, so let's exit the session here. Okay, so I just answered that first 45 questions because I wanted to show you exactly how the Surgent CPA review course analytics work and the other little assets that they throw in to help you learn this material. So essentially, once you complete a quiz, it's going to give you the total time it took you to complete. So I finished it in just under 3 minutes, the total number percentage correct, and then your average time per question. So I really like the average time per question because it's really going to help you learn how to budget your time so that you can prepare for the real exam, because it's going to be very time intensive and you need to focus on lowering your average time per question as you approach your exam date. So how this works is that they give you a list of all the questions that you got right and wrong. So the first ones are all wrong and you can review them individually. And then the ones that are correct, you can also review as well. And I like how it gives you a description of the question, so you know which topic you are focusing on and which ones you are getting wrong. So there's also some good references that they provide for you, some relevant terms. So let's go ahead and click on one. So it'll show you the term audit objective, and it will give you an example and pull some text from their textbook, digital textbook. All right, and also let's take a look at the actual textbook itself. So this is just a little paragraph that's taken directly from the overall ebook. So again, Surgent doesn't want you to read the textbook cover to cover. There's just no reason to do that. And honestly, their textbook is just, it's more of a dictionary essentially. So it's going to give you just lists, and there aren't a whole lot of examples and questions to work through like you see in other CPA review courses. So this is definitely not a book that you can just read cover to cover. It would definitely put you right to sleep. But because of their algorithm, their whole goal is that you only focus on the areas that you don't understand and use the textbook to read through those particular areas. So again, it's just very brief snippets, very dictionary kind of like. And if you want example problems, you're going to want to use the video links to watch to get those. So what Surgent has also done to eliminate the need for you to sit through a 4-hour video lecture is that they've broken down their videos to be just topic specific, so that when Surgent's algorithm determines that you're weaker in a particular area, then you can just watch a little snippet of a 10-15 minute video, and that way you're not watching every single video lecture and you're not reading the entire textbook, because the algorithm already understands what you know and don't know. So let's go ahead and watch a sample video now.
Hello and welcome to Surgent CPA Review. Liz Kohler here. Today we are discussing compilation reports. SARS 21 Section 80 applies to an accountant who's been engaged to perform a compilation engagement. An engagement could be adapted for other historical information or prospective financial information. It is effective for periods ending on or before December 15, 2015, and early implementation was permitted. The good news for you as a student under Section 70 is that the compilation report has been simplified. It's now only one paragraph. Now, there are reasons why we would add an other matter paragraph.
Okay, so you've got a video and then some PowerPoint slides that you can watch and follow along with. You can download these slides. You can speed up the video, which is kind of cool. So let's see here. You can hide this, show this, and as you saw, I was making notes during the video. It'll show you, the videos are broken up into small little bite-sized chunks, and at the end here there's going to be questions that they'll be discussing, and then solutions. And basically it's just an 8-minute video, and it's broken down by topic from your slides. So it's really concise, it's really efficient for you to go in if there's a specific topic that you don't understand, and you can jump right to the particular section in the video, or you can just download the slides and review them from there. But I really like that they have questions and examples, because that's really important for me personally. That's a great way for how I learn, is watching a video lecture of a question and they walk through it. So that really helps me out. So overall, I think the quality of the videos are fairly good. They're not the most I mean, it's hard to make accounting topics interesting. But I think they get the job done, just because there's short little snippet of videos, so you're not sitting there for 3 or 4 hours and getting bored out of your mind. So overall, I do like how they have these video lectures set up, because I would much rather know what I don't understand and then watch the video, instead of watching all the videos and then determining what I know and don't know. Okay, so I just completed my initial 450 multiple choice questions so that we can progress into the study phase of using Surgent CPA review course. So during the study phase, of course, you're going to be focusing on study sessions, video lectures, and reviewing the reading material. So this is going to be a much more in-depth time of your journey to pass an CPA exam using Surgent. So as you can see here, for audit, so we're studying audit and attestation, there's going to be 4 different sections. So they're broken out by percentage that's expected to be covered on the actual CPA exam. So what you can do here is look at, so basically based on our initial assessment, it's going to tell you the percentage of the multiple choice questions that we've gotten correct from each individual section. So as you can see here, I got 6%, 10%, and 5% and so forth from my initial quiz. So what you can do is break it down into even further subunits. So you can go through and start seeing the individual subunits that you got right and so forth and wrong. And then what you can do is you can either watch videos specific to that particular subunit. So Surgent's algorithm has selected the videos that are most relevant to this section based on my results. We can exit video, go back. Or what you can do is take another practice quiz. So you can set it to be 50 questions. We can even do simulations and so forth. So let's just do 5 questions. So you can either use adaptive, all questions, so all questions are fair game, new questions you haven't seen, the questions you've seen the least, trouble questions, so questions you've gotten wrong in the past or missed on the most recent time. So lots of different options and ways you can cut the data when it comes to creating your own practice exam. So let's go ahead and begin a session, and it will open up a new screen here. Okay, so again, the basic multiple choice question template here on the window, and then you click submit, and then it will give you the correct answer, what it should have been, the reasoning, relevant terms, references, and the different authorities. So again, you can pop open the textbook, which are hard linked to the multiple choice question, and then any relevant terms and so forth. So it's a great tool to use when taking these multiple choice questions. All right, so let's exit out of that. Okay, so as you begin taking questions, more and more questions, and you want to look at your overall results, you'll want to head over to your progress report. Okay, so this is going to be the high level area and where you can dig deep down into the actual data. So again, these analytics, they're very similar to what you'll find at Wiley CPA Excel or Gleim, and they'll give you basically all the data you need to determine where you're performing weaker and where you need to be focusing your time learning. So for example here, total questions are 30. Answered correctly are 1. So we've only gotten 9% of this particular subunit correct. And there's 20 questions we haven't seen yet and 11 questions that we have taken. So basically you'll want to go in and probably take the questions you haven't seen yet. And then if you really want to, you can take a quiz over the questions that you've gotten incorrect as well. So again, there's the ability to really deep dive into this data and really figure out where you need to be spending your time. So in addition to the detailed report, you also have a simulations report, and I'll show you a simulation here in a moment. So here's a list of all the simulations that they've got. So about 113 for right now. And let's go take a simulation now. Okay, so here we go, simulations. So you click on the box. Okay, so again, you've got your audit exercise and then your authoritative literature. So it looks fairly similar to what you'll see on the actual exam. So you've got your calculator and spreadsheet and all that fun stuff. And basically you go through here and make your selections. Choose and so forth. All right, so let's go ahead and submit the simulation. Okay, so what I like is that, as you answer these questions, they'll give you the reasoning for why the question is right or wrong. So we got the first one correct. And then they pull in the actual textbook area that discusses this particular section. And then we also got the third one wrong. So here's the correct answer. And then here is the textbook snippet that relates to this particular question. So again, it gives you a lot of different data that you can test yourself on and use the actual simulation to actually study and gain an understanding for why a question is right or wrong. So I do really like how Surgent has these simulations set up because, again, simulations are now worth 50% of your grade. So it's a great way to use these simulations as an actual study tool as opposed to just taking them and then just knowing if the question is right or wrong. So I really like that they provide links to the text and so forth. So again, you can use these simulations as an actual study tool and it can be done efficiently. So now we can finish up, take another simulation, or we can exit the session. Okay. All right, so we've covered lectures, videos, simulations, multiple choice questions. Let's take a practice exam and see how Surgent handles that. Okay, so welcome to the practice exam, and this is going to be a full practice exam. So they've got 5 total testlets, 2 for multiple choice, and then 3 for simulations. So let's go ahead and start the exam. Okay, so now this is where you're actually going to start taking your exam. So this is pretty similar to what the actual format is going to be on the actual CPA exam. So it looks very, very similar. You got your calculator and you can flag questions for later. You answer them and then move on to the next question. And obviously it's not going to give you the answer right away. So this is just a great way to prepare yourself for the real exam. And so let's answer 3. We can move on to the next testlet. And you can see it gives you the full 4 hours to complete this exam. And yes, I'm fine with skipping them. So right now we're on break, but we can continue the exam if we want. Take the next one here. All right. Submit this testlet as well. Yep, I'm okay with skipping. Okay, so now we're jumping into the actual simulations. So you're going to fill this out, then debit it for a specific number, credit for a specific number, and so forth. Okay, so then of course you're going to use your exhibits. So this is all the documentation that you'll have to make your adjustments as needed. And this one's a fairly long simulation. So this is a good example of what you would see on an audit exam. So we'll go ahead and submit the testlet. Okay, so now we're on to testlet 3 of 5. And we'll just answer a couple of these. All right, submit the testlet. All right, financial ratio analysis, my favorite topic. Okay, and then this one also has some authoritative literature that you can use to search. And so it looks like you got 3 different questions here as well. So let's just answer a couple of these. All right, that's enough of that. Okay, final testlet. So here's an actual authoritative research question. So you'll want to do your research, find the correct correct number to use here. So we can just fill something in, 45. Then you'll jump to the next one and so forth. So again, very, very similar to what you'll see on the actual CPA exam. And the final little testlet here. Some more fill in the blank. Okay, so let's submit it, and there, we completed the entire CPA exam in 4 minutes. And we can see our results. So look at that, amazing scores. All right, so you can see the individual testlet results. So let's break it down. Incorrect, incorrect, and so forth. So then we got 1 question correct. So you can review all, it gives you all the relevant video links, relevant terms, references to your textbook, and all that fun stuff. And it'll let you know the total time spent on this testlet and your average time per question. So very relevant data to know. And then same thing with simulations. It will let you know what you got right and wrong, and what the answer should have been. So I definitely like this, that they give you exactly what the entry should be and the calculation behind it. So very relevant to studying for your practice exams. Okay, so let's go back to the dashboard. All right, so the final step that I want to cover with Surgent CPA Review is customer support. So customer support is very important with any CPA review course, because it doesn't make sense for you to sit there and spin your reels for hours and hours on a specific topic when you have customer support that should be able to help you. So basically there is a phone number that you can call. There's a general support email address, and so forth. So go ahead and you can contact Surgent, and somebody will be there to help you. You have basically 2 different options there. So some CPA review courses, they have a forum that you can go to, and they have experts come in and answer your questions and so forth. So again, the email support and a phone number that you can call as well. All right, so that's Surgent CPA Review course in a nutshell. It's quite revolutionary. It's very different. It's not anywhere near like the other linear CPA review courses that are out there. So let's go over who I recommend Surgent CPA Review course for, what the pros are, and what the cons are about this particular course. Okay, so let's discuss who Surgent CPA Review course is for. So number 1, Surgent CPA Review is absolutely great for anybody who is fresh out of college. So most of the concepts that are taught or tested on the CPA exam are going to be fairly fresh in your mind. And Surgent is definitely going to be able to help you identify what you understand and what you don't understand and remember from college. So in that sense, Surgent CPA Review is absolutely ideal for brand new graduates coming out of college. Surgent CPA Review course would also work for folks who have good industry experience. So if you're really you focus in, say, tax or audit, Surgent will absolutely help you pass the CPA exam as well. And I also recommend Surgent CPA Review for anyone who has failed a section of the CPA exam. So if you're already familiar with what's tested on the exam and you just feel like your current CPA Review course is not cutting it, Surgent CPA Review will do a great job of quickly getting you up to speed and help you hone in on those areas that you need to focus on the next time around. So Surgent is absolutely great for any struggling CPA candidate. Okay, so what are the pros that I found? So as I reviewed this course, I found that Surgent absolutely has very high quality multiple choice questions and hundreds of simulations, which will absolutely help you prepare and study for the CPA exam. And again, we've discussed this algorithm a lot. They call it the ASAP technology that they utilize to help narrow down what you need to be focusing on, which lectures you need to watch, and what text you need to be reading, and so forth. So while other adaptive learning CPA review courses, they have basically the same technology as Surgent, probably not nearly as advanced. Surgent does beat them by offering 350 plus video lectures and then tying those video lectures and your text directly to each multiple choice question. So that's really pretty valuable when you think about it, so that you don't have to sit through 4 hours of a lecturer droning on about boring accounting topics. So it's really nice to have everything tied to the multiple choice questions. Surgent CPA Review is also so confident in their product that they offer a pass guarantee or your money back, which is really, really important in the online education industry. So you don't want to pay out the wazoo and then have the CPA Review course not stand behind their product. And of course, Surgent also throws in unlimited access until you pass. So the two main instructors, Liz and Jack, they do use very short, concise videos to explain complex accounting topics to you, and they do walk you through multiple choice examples, which is great. Surgent also offers a couple thousand flashcards on their mobile app for free. So this works on Android and iPhone, and easily, I mean, this is $150 worth of value that they're just giving away for free if you use their app. So the flashcards, they aren't exactly organized in a logical way, but they, when you are using them for your final review, it's a great refresher. And again, it's free, so you can't complain. Okay, so along with Liz and Jack, there is a team of experienced teachers and professionals that are helping them assist in writing each textbook and scripting the lectures and so forth. So again, a very qualified team. They've got a lot of funding, and I definitely see Surgent sticking around in this industry for quite some time as they continue to improve their course. So a lot of good things going for Surgent CPA Review course that I found. Okay, so what are some of the cons? So the con is definitely, for me, the textbook. So it's definitely not something that you could sit down and read all the way through. There aren't examples or mnemonics or anything. It's more of a dictionary full of, that's basically following the blueprint that the AICPA has released. So again, that's not the purpose of Surgent. Surgent doesn't want you reading the textbook cover to cover, but you have to go to the video lectures if you want to have somebody walking you through the multiple choice questions and so forth. So I do personally learn really well from reading examples and stuff. So I'd love to see more examples added to their textbook in the future. Secondly, their course format is unlike any of the tried and true CPA review courses that have been around for decades. So if you're somebody who's been out of college for a while and is thinking about jumping back into taking the CPA exam, Surgent might not be the best option for you, just because there's not a linear path that you can take to relearn all the material. So it's just something to consider. Definitely try out their free trial to see if you think their teaching method is going to be effective for you. And thirdly, Surgent is still a newer CPA review course on the market. So they're using Exam Matrix as their backbone. So that's a company that Surgent has purchased. So the multiple choice questions, they've been around for a long time. But this new algorithm and then the lectures and everything, this is still a newer format and it's a newer company. But I don't think at this point that should hold you back back from investing in Surgent if you do feel like it's the best course for you, because their technology is top notch. They just don't quite have the track record that the other CPA review courses like Becker and Gleim have that have been around for decades. In terms of price, Surgent is definitely priced as a premium product, but you can save 10% using my discount code, which is CPA Exam Guide. So just enter that at checkout and it will take off 10% off the price. And they also offer a financing plan. So Surgent is one of the few review courses that are out there that does try to make their course as affordable as possible by offering a finance plan as well. So again, lots of good things going for Surgent, a few things they still need to work on, but overall, I really do like their course, and I feel like they will help you save a lot of time when studying for the CPA exam. So what are the next steps? So if you are interested in learning more about Surgent CPA, then you need to try their free trial. So click the button above or below to access their free trial and get going on determining whether Surgent is the best fit for you. Now, if you're watching this on iTunes, go ahead and check out cpaexamguide.com and you can find my written review there. Okay, so also, if you want to be sure you're making the right decision on a review course, go ahead and text CPA review to 33444, and I will email you my proven 7 steps to picking the best CPA review course for you cheat sheet. So this is going to be a great resource for you, and you'll be added to my email list, and I can send you everything that I used and personally did to pass the CPA exam. So a lot of really good stuff. So I highly recommend texting it CPA review to 33444, and you can get started there. All right, so at this point, thanks so much for watching, and I really hope that I was able to help you out. And go ahead, click the thumbs up or subscribe to my channel and be alerted every time I add a new video. Thanks so much for watching.